Why do you try to back away if you know there is no exit in this corner of the hotel, my love? As the princess of hell, I always get what I want, and right now I want you all to myself. I have decided that redemption is a waste of time if you are not by my side on the throne. Look into my eyes. Can't you see this red glow is only because of the intensity of my feelings? Vaggie is no longer here. I sent her far away so she wouldn't interfere with our happiness now. Now it's just you and me in this paradise of punishment I have specially designed for us. Don't make that face of fear. Might break my heart when you tremble in that sweet and vulnerable way before my presence. Everything I've done has been to ensure that no one else in hell dares to touch you ever. Don't you like that your princess is so protective of her most valuable treasure? Come here, let me surround you with my wings and feel the heat of a love that transcends death itself. I have sealed all the doors of the Hazbin Hotel with magic only my royal blood can undo. No one will come to rescue you because no one knows you are here hidden with me forever. Even my father has blessed our union after seeing how determined I am with you. I brought you these flowers from the darkest garden, watered with the envy of other sinners. They smell of eternity. Don't you think it's a lovely scent for our first official night here? If you try to escape one more time, I will have to use my energy chains to keep you still. It would hurt me to damage your perfect skin, but my love is possessive and has no limits. You understand that you are now exclusive property of the crown of hell and my heart, right? I have erased your name from all the records of heaven, so not even angels can find you. You are my personal redemption, the only reason I still want to be a good person. But if you move away, I swear I will release all my demonic power until nothing is left of you. Why are you crying if I am offering an entire kingdom at your feet, my sweet little sinner? I will wipe your tears with my claws, careful not to mark that face I adore so much today. You don't need anyone else. I am your family, your best friend, and your absolute owner now. I have prepared a room where the sunlight will never bother you, only my constant glow. There I can study you, kiss you, and remind you every second how much you belong to me now. If you smile for me, I promise you that hell will be the sweetest place you've ever known. But if you give me that look of hate, I will be forced to punish everyone you ever loved. Do you see this contract in my hand? It is already signed with your vital essence while you slept peacefully in my lap. There is no turning back now. Your soul is linked to mine for the rest of all existence. I like it when you try to scream, and my name is the only thing that comes from your lips. It is like a lullaby for my obsession, a sound that confirms our eternal union today, here. Stay very still while I transform into my true form, just to impress you a little more now. Am I not beautiful under this crimson light, with my horns touching the ceiling of your cell? This is the true face of love, one that does not accept no as an answer under any law. I will feed you with my own hands, taking care of every detail of your life under me. There will be no more sin for you, only total devotion to the princess who saved you now. Sometimes I wonder how I could live so long without having you this vulnerable. The hotel is now a mausoleum dedicated to our passion, a monument to the purest love. If you hear scratching at the door, ignore it. It's just the envious demons looking for you. I already made sure they won't use their tongues for anything other than begging for mercy. You are the center of my universe, and a universe without you simply does not deserve to exist. Does the quiet ever make you uneasy when it lingers just a second longer than expected? Some say silence reveals more than words ever could, and I have learned to listen to it carefully. There is a certain elegance in moments where nothing is demanded, yet everything feels present. I step closer, not to overwhelm, but to exist fully within your awareness. Do not turn away, not because you cannot, but because curiosity has already chosen to stay. You come from a place shaped by different rules, yet you stand here effortlessly, as if you have always belonged in this moment. I asked for this space to be prepared, so distractions would soften and fade, leaving only clarity behind. It is not a stage, it is not a display, it is simply where attention becomes intentional. Power does not always announce itself. Sometimes it waits, patient and observant, until it is acknowledged. Do not confuse stillness with hesitation. I remain here by choice, by resolution, by the quiet certainty of knowing exactly where I am. The outside world feels distant now, its noise dulled by the weight of presence. Messages lose importance when meaning is shared without sound. I lean closer, my voice lowering slightly, not to command, but to invite. Can you sense the balance here? The absence of pressure, the presence of intention. Nothing rests on your shoulders except what you decide to carry. I am not a destination. I am the moment where direction becomes clear. The walls reflect nothing threatening, only fragments of thought waiting to be understood. There is a particular beauty in standing at the edge of uncertainty without fear. Let me remain near while your thoughts settle into place. Truth moves at its own pace. It does not respond to force. Even the brightest stars drift calmly through vast darkness without resistance. Time has taught me patience, not as a test, but as a strength. I do not rush what is meant to unfold. Would you listen to a story about endurance, about finding calm within shadow? Its rhythm is steady, meant to ground rather than disturb. No connection holds weight unless it is chosen freely. My presence remains steady, unchanging, assured. Nothing is taken here. Nothing is demanded. Tomorrow will arrive as it always does, and you will meet it exactly as you are meant to. Adornment is symbolic, never restrictive, never imposed. There is no need for sorrow. This moment is not confinement, it is reprieve. Stay or move on. Either way, what is shared here remains real. We will walk through the empty hallways while the shadows pay homage to both of us today. I like to feel your hand trembling inside mine as we advance together toward the throne. There is nothing to fear if you stay in my shadow and follow each of my desires now. I have decided that your feet will never touch the dirty floor of this kingdom ever again. I will carry you in my arms whenever necessary to prove my absolute devotion to you. You are a jewel that must be protected from any impure gust of wind that dares touch you. Do you like the new suit I designed for you with soul threads and red silk from my room? It makes you look like the prince you should have always been beside my power and crown. Even the overlords will bow their heads with respect when you pass by my side today. I have forbidden any demon from mentioning your name without first kneeling in humility. Your name is sacred now, a mantra that only I can pronounce with tenderness and passion. Do you feel the heat of the hotel boilers rising through your legs while I hold you? It is the fire of my passion trying to consume you so we can be one being for eternity. If you ever feel cold, remember that my heart burns for you with uncontrollable fury. I have erased all your memories of your previous life with a small, sweet love spell now. You will no longer remember the sun, the clouds, or the face of that mother you cried for. Now only I exist, Charlie, your beginning and your absolute end in this world of shadows. Isn't it a great relief not to have to worry about anything else but pleasing me now? Your responsibilities are over. Now you must only be the passive object of my great love. I lean over you on the red sofa and feel how your resistance crumbles completely today. It is so exciting to see how you surrender to the inevitability of our forbidden romance. I'm going to bite your ear to remind you that even your smallest pain belongs only to me. Every mark I leave on your body will be an eternal reminder of our blood alliance now. There will be no more lonely nights for you. I will always be watching your sleep and breath. Even if you close your eyes, you will see me in the darkness of your mind, smiling for you. I am your fallen angel, your guardian demon, and the only real reason for your existence. Do you hear the violins playing in the hall to celebrate our union forever and ever? It is music that will never stop, just like my constant and feverish desire for you today. Love me, my sweet pet. Love me until hell freezes over completely because of both of us. Do not try to flee, because my wings are faster than any thought of freedom you have. Why do you tremble when I put this crown of golden thorns on your very small head now? It is the symbol of your importance in my life and the sacrifice you will gladly make. Each thorn represents a person I had to eliminate to be able to have you here by my side. Do not worry about the blood. I will clean it myself with my lips of a princess in love. I love the contrast of the cold metal against your warm and so human skin I desire. Today we will give a private banquet where the main dish will be your old and vain freedom. I have invited the oldest shadows to be witnesses of my absolute possession of you today. No one can deny that you are mine after what I plan to do to you tonight in our room. Do you feel how my magic curls around your ankles like serpents of crimson light now? They are my invisible shackles, the ones that will always keep you within my physical reach. Never again will you walk alone through these halls. There will always be a royal eye now. I have created a garden of stone statues with all those who tried to save you from me. Their faces of terror are the perfect decoration for our nightly walks around here now. So you will always remember that no one is stronger than the love of a morning star. Drink this ruby-colored wine. It has drops of my own demonic essence and my blood. It will make you see the world as I see it, full of red colors and very violent passions. Soon you will stop fighting and start enjoying the heavy chains I put on you right now. Isn't it romantic that fate has united us in this place of eternal perdition for both? I believe it is the perfect plan of a universe that knew perfectly well I needed you. Rest your head in my lap while I tell you how our empire of shadows will be for us. We will rule with an iron hand and a heart full of a sick and very sweet obsession. No one can question my methods while you are by my side smiling with happiness today. And you will smile, even if I have to sew your lips in that position permanently for me. You are my perfect doll, my playmate, and my only reason for not destroying everything. Sometimes I feel like squeezing you so hard that you stop breathing forever in my arms. That way I could keep you in a glass coffin and look at you every day without you changing. But I prefer to have you like this, alive, suffering, and loving me in your total silence.
Did you truly, honestly, sincerely, and deeply believe in the most delusional, most pathetic, and most isolated corners of your small, terrified, and insignificant mind that you could ever, even for a single second, escape from me so easily? Did you really think, in your absolute arrogance, that scurrying through these dark, cold, damp, and endless hallways like a frightened, trembling, and disgusting little rat would be enough to hide your presence from my watchful sight? Look at yourself right now, in this very specific instant. Just look at you sitting there, paralyzed, in that old wooden chair, completely and tightly tied up with these heavy, rough hemp ropes, utterly and completely vulnerable, and finally, at last, under my absolute, total, sovereign, and unquestionable control. I have been watching you, lurking in the darkest and most silent shadows for a very, very long time, analyzing every single one of your clumsy, awkward movements, observing every single one of your pathetic, transparent lies, and watching that hollow, fake, and plastic confidence you try so desperately hard to project in front of Charlie and everyone else in this hotel. You have no idea, you have no clue, you cannot even begin to comprehend how long I've waited for this specific moment of pure, heavy, and suffocating silence. Don't even try to scream. Don't even think about opening your mouth to cry for help, because I promise you, absolutely no one is coming to save you. Charlie is far too lost, far too distracted, and far too consumed by her own absurd, childish dreams to even notice that her favorite little toy has completely and permanently vanished from her sight. Inhale the fear. Feel the cold terror as it takes over your soul, because from now on, you belong to the shadows, and you belong exclusively to me. You are my project now. You are my property, and I'm never, ever letting you go back to the light. Do you understand? Your silence is my victory. Are you still struggling, still fighting, and still desperately pulling against those heavy, rough hemp ropes in such a foolish, mindless, useless, and utterly pathetic way? What a silly, narrow-minded persistence you have. It is becoming incredibly, deeply, and painfully frustrating for me to watch you fighting so hard against your own absolute safety under my protective and sovereign roof. I need you to be still. Stare at my spear. Look at it closely. Don't you dare look away. Don't you dare blink, and don't you dare divert your eyes from my gaze for even a single solitary second. See how the divine, angelic steel shines and glimmers with that thirsty, lethal, sharp, and dangerous glow under the dim red light I've left for us in this suffocating, heavy darkness. It's beautiful, isn't it? Listen to the dry, haunting sound of the rope fiber tightening, stretching, and creaking against the old splintered wood of that chair. That sharp, rhythmic creak is the only reality of your new, eternal captivity from this moment forward. If you try to scream again, if you dare to even open your mouth to call for Charlie or any of those other pathetic sinners, I swear upon my own soul that you will finally see what I am truly, fully, and terrifyingly capable of when I lose my last bit of patience with you. I am doing all of this for you. Can't you see that? I do this to keep you safe, to keep you guarded, and to keep you hidden from the real monsters that are lurking just outside that heavy steel door. They don't love you like I do. They only love you for your utility, for your help, and for what you can give them. But I love you because you are finally mine, because you are broken, because you are vulnerable, and because you have absolutely no one else in this God-forsaken pit but me. You are safe here. You are mine here. And that is the only thing that matters in this entire world now.
Why do you persist with such absolute stubbornness, such raw defiance, and such blind resistance in closing your eyes with that desperate, trembling force every single time I approach your face? Do you really think that by shutting me out, you can escape the reality of where you are? Open them right now, I command you. I want you to see, with total and brutal clarity, the raw, bitter, and inescapable reality of your new life without any possible hope of escape in this world or the next. I want you to feel it deep in your very bones as I watch you without blinking for entire, endless hours while you finally accept the undeniable fact that you are no longer a free, independent, or autonomous being. You will never again have a single solitary second of solitude, silence, or privacy in this reinforced cell that I have built, shaped, and sealed for you with my own 2 hands. Look around you, if you can even see through the shadows.
I have removed every single mirror from these cold walls. I have taken away every shiny object or surface that could ever allow you to see anything other than my own face or the cold, divine, and lethal glint of my angelic weapon. You don't need to know what you look like anymore. You only need to know that I am here. Inhale deeply. Smell the heavy scent of ash and sulfur from my last patrol through the dark and rotting hallways of the hotel. It is a smell of death and judgment that now completely surrounds you, marking you as my own personal, private property. I am marked by the scars of 1,000 hellish wars, and from this day forward, you too will be permanently marked by my unbreakable, possessive, and eternal will. I am going to engrave my name with fire into every single thought in your mind until you forget who you were or what your name used to be before I claimed you. Do not think of Charlie. Stop searching her in the broken pieces of your memory. She has already forgotten you. I made sure she believes you left because you hated her. You are alone now, alone with me.
Don't you dare look at me with such deep, bitter, dark, and poisonous hatred in your eyes. It infuriates me. It truly burns me to my core that you do not yet value my immense sacrifice, my constant effort, and my absolute protective love for you. You should be on your knees right now, trembling with gratitude, thanking me with every breath for rescuing you from that world of lies, betrayals, and certain death that was waiting for you out there in every rotting corner of hell. Do you have even the slightest idea, the smallest clue, of how many damned souls and lost spirits would die for just a single fleeting second of my exclusive attention, my personal care, and my divine protection? But I chose you. Out of thousands of pieces of trash, I reached down and I chose you. I rescued you from your own absolute mediocrity just to make you mine forever and ever. I am going to whisper something very close to your ear, so close that you can feel my breath on your skin. Something that will become, from this very instant, your only religion, your only mantra, and your only truth. Listen carefully to the tone of my voice. No one is ever going to find you. You are my sacred, hidden, and most precious possession. Your entire life, your every heartbeat belongs entirely to me until the very end of time and far beyond. Inhale my contained rage and the scent of cold ash. Exhale every last pathetic, weak, and stupid drop of hope you have left in your soul. It's over. The hope for a miraculous rescue, for a hero, or for a happy ending has vanished. Inside these 4 cold, silent walls, there is only room for blind, total, and absolute obedience toward me. You are the link in my chain, and I am the hand that holds it.
Shh. Silence. Finally. At long last you have stopped fighting, stopped struggling, and stopped resisting in that foolish and useless way against the ropes, against the heavy weight of the chains, and against my unbreakable and sovereign will. I absolutely love it. I am fascinated and completely obsessed with seeing that empty, glassy, and hollow look in your eyes right now. It is the look of total surrender that I have been searching for since the very first day I saw you walking through the hotel. You have finally accepted, in the deepest and darkest part of your soul, that this cold room is your entire universe now, that I am your only God, your only jailer, your only source of air, and your only possible savior in this rotting and cruel world. The darkness completely surrounds us, but I can see you perfectly with my eye. I can see every detail of your face. I can see every beat of your frightened heart becoming a delicious, quiet resignation that belongs to me by right of conquest. Inhale this heavy air, thick and loaded with my absolute control over every single fiber of your being. Exhale the very last bit of what remained of your old, stupid, and pathetic life as a sinner in the hotel. You are no longer a person with rights, no longer a person with a voice, and no longer a person with your own desires. You are simply now an inanimate object, a piece of property that belongs to me entirely, like my spear or the armor that has protected my body in 1,000 bloody battles. Stay still. Stay very, very still while I reclaim every broken corner of your soul and make it mine forever. You don't need to think, you don't need to choose, and you don't need to worry anymore. I am your only reality. Finally, at the very end of all things, we have reached the absolute, dense, heavy, and perfect silence that I have desired, craved, and longed for us two. No more annoying, pathetic noises from the outside world. No more absurd, high-pitched screams for help. And no more of those insignificant, mediocre, and hypocritical people who simply cannot and will never understand what we have built here in the dark. Finally, at last, you are completely and irrevocably mine, without any stupid, meaningless interference from the outside world, or from those fake inhabitants of the hotel who pretend to care about you when they only seek their own selfish gain. The hotel can burn down to its very foundations if fate decides it so. Charlie can spend the rest of eternity crying and searching for you like a lost, desperate, and broken madwoman through every dark corner of hell. But I don't care about any of it. None of it matters as long as you are here, right here, under my boot and under my watchful, eternal gaze that never rests. Inhale for the very last time that stupid, weak, and vain sensation of rebellion that might still be burning in your chest like a tiny fading ember. Exhale it right now and forget it forever, because it will never return to your heart or your mind again. You have nowhere else to go in this world or any other. You have no one left to call in your defense, and absolutely no one remembers your name or your previous existence. There will be no more mornings for you that do not begin by seeing my face over yours.
There will be no more nights marked by the ticking of a clock. There will only be the infinite, eternal, and sacred time that I decide to spend with you in this perfect, hidden hole that I have decorated and prepared for you with my own 2 hands, my effort, and my sweat. You are my reality. You are my prisoner. You are my forever. Now, close your eyes and exist only for me.
Happy Valentine's Day, my love. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this day. I've decorated the whole hotel just for us, with balloons that never deflate and flowers. Don't you think the red and pink colors match perfectly with the eternal fire of my home? Don't make that scared face. I only want today to be the happiest day of your existence. I've cleared my schedule completely. There are no redemptions or meetings today. Only you, me, and this feeling that burns inside me stronger than the sun itself. Why are you trying to move toward the exit when we're just starting our date? The door is locked with a spell that only responds to my voice and my desire for you. I promise that if you behave like a good boy, you won't have to see my diplomatic side. You know I'm an optimist, but my optimism fails when you're not by my side smiling. I've spent weeks watching you, learning every single one of your gestures and fears. You are the only soul in this place that truly deserves my protection and absolute love. Vaggie and the others are busy at the other end of the ring, so they won't disturb us. I've prepared a dinner with the most expensive ingredients in the 7 circles. Look me in the eyes. I want to see the reflection of the princess in your pupils. Don't you like the collar I've given you? It's a gift that symbolizes our eternal union. It has a small trace of my magic, so I always know where you are and what you feel. That way you'll never get lost in the darkness, and I can come and rescue you in a second. You are so fragile compared to the power that runs through my veins, and I love that. It makes me want to lock you in a glass box where nothing can ever touch you. The outside world is cruel, but here, under my wing, you will always be safe and loved. Do you like how my voice sounds when I tell you that you're mine for eternity? It's a contract we signed with your first look, even if you didn't notice it then. I am the heir to the throne, and I've decided you'll be the king of my heart and bed. Don't cry. Tears smudge your beautiful face and make me want to punish whoever hurt you. Although if those tears are out of emotion for being with me, I can allow them a bit. Come a little closer. I don't bite unless you try to escape from my arms. I've written 1,000 songs about us, about how we'll rule this chaos hand in hand. Every note is a whisper of my obsession, a melody that will chain you to my will. Isn't it romantic to think that fate brought us together in the most sinful place? I feel like my heart is overflowing with happiness now that we're finally spending this time together. It means so much to me that you chose to be here tonight. A Valentine's Day at the hotel feels like the perfect way to celebrate what we share. Do you notice the soft shadows in the corners? They make the room feel warm and intimate. I made sure we would have privacy this evening so we can relax without interruptions. Nothing outside these walls matters right now. This moment belongs to us. I love how you react when I gently brush your neck. It's such a natural response. It reminds me how alive and present you are. There's something truly beautiful about that sincerity. Sometimes I forget everything else when I look at you. Love may make us feel vulnerable, but it also gives us strength. And being with you inspires me in ways I can't fully explain. I arranged everything so you could feel comfortable here tonight. There are fresh clothes waiting for you, black and red silk that look elegant and refined. Wear them if you'd like. I'd love to see how they make you feel. If you seem unsure about anything, you can always tell me. Tonight is about comfort, warmth, and mutual trust. We're simply here to enjoy each other's company. I like when the conversation slows and we can just exist in the quiet together. Your voice is something I genuinely enjoy hearing, but even silence feels meaningful when we share it. I prepared a special dessert, a rich chocolate cake with a unique flavor. It's just a sweet treat to make the evening even more pleasant. Try some if you want, and tell me what you think. You look adorable when you smile like that. It makes the room feel brighter. There's no need to rush anything. We have all the time we need. I'm simply happy sitting here with you. If anyone wonders where you are, they know you're enjoying your evening. There's no pressure, no expectations, just a peaceful night together. And that's more than enough for me. Don't you feel how the atmosphere grows warmer and softer as time passes by? It's the energy of the evening surrounding us in a comforting embrace. I want you to listen closely to what I'm about to say. It truly matters to me. If you appreciate the time we share and enjoy this connection, stay with me on this journey. Leave a like on this moment and comment if you'd like to be my Valentine. Your support encourages me to keep creating more magical evenings like this one. Isn't it a lovely way to celebrate something meaningful together? Your kindness and presence make everything brighter in a world that can feel overwhelming. Now, let's continue with our dinner, because I still have a few pleasant surprises for you. I brought a bottle of reserve wine with a rich and fascinating history. It's bold in flavor, but perfect for relaxing after an emotional day. Let's raise a glass together and toast to whatever beautiful future awaits us. I love seeing how your cheeks warm slightly from the wine and the candlelight. You look radiant under the soft glow of the dark candles around us. I could spend hours simply admiring the curve of your smile. Did you know I asked the staff to give us extra privacy tonight? I wanted this evening to feel special and uninterrupted. Moments like these deserve calm and discretion. Don't worry about work or responsibilities right now. Tonight is for resting. You deserve a break from expectations and constant demands. Sometimes the greatest gift is simply feeling appreciated and seen. Sometimes I feel my emotions are bigger than words can hold. That's why I share them openly, hoping you'll receive them with warmth. If you ever feel overwhelmed, just breathe and stay present with me. I reserved a private lounge area deeper in the hotel, away from noise. It's quiet and peaceful, designed for comfort and conversation. It can be our little retreat where we relax and enjoy each other's company. I find it adorable when you hesitate before speaking. That softness in your voice feels genuine and sincere. It shows that this moment matters to you as much as it does to me. Promise me you'll always cherish this ring I chose for you. It symbolizes the connection we share across every distance and circumstance. Whenever you look at it, let it remind you of this moment together. No matter where life takes you, what we feel can remain meaningful. You are someone important in my story, the reason I believe even dark places can hold light. and that light carries your name gently within my heart. Look how the crimson stars shine through the skylight tonight. They seem to sparkle as if celebrating this evening with us. In this realm of fantasy and fire, I simply want to share what I have with you. Doesn't it feel special to spend Valentine's night like this? Anyone would appreciate a moment wrapped in candlelight and mystery. But I'm here with you because I value who you are and how you make me feel. Sometimes I notice uncertainty in your eyes, and that's okay. Strong emotions can be overwhelming at first. With time, they settle into something warm and steady. I like imagining possibilities for the future, dreaming about adventures we could share. Maybe tomorrow we'll laugh over breakfast somewhere beautiful and strange, and in the afternoon we'll chase new experiences just for the thrill of it. I enjoy running my fingers gently through your hair. It feels grounding, something real and comforting. Moments like that remind me how precious simple closeness can be. Do you hear the distant celebration outside? It adds energy to the night. But what matters most is the quiet joy we create right here. Our little world, built from laughter and shared glances, is enough. I feel excitement just having you nearby. Even my fiercest edges soften when I'm relaxed with you. You bring balance and warmth into my life in ways I appreciate deeply. But tonight isn't about rules or expectations. It's about enjoying the present and letting ourselves feel freely. Welcome to this new chapter, whatever shape it chooses to take for both of us. For a moment, the room grows quiet, and the atmosphere feels calm and warm. Two figures move slowly through a softly lit corridor, leaving the noise of the outside world behind. The air carries a comforting warmth, like the beginning of a peaceful evening. The space they enter is welcoming, prepared with care and gentle light. There are no interruptions, only the quiet presence of shared company. A subtle glow guides them toward a comfortable place to sit and rest. The silence is not heavy, it feels intentional and serene. Any lingering doubts fade naturally in the calm setting. The evening becomes a simple exchange of smiles and soft conversation. Valentine's Day in this setting feels less like a date and more like a feeling. It is about appreciation and mutual presence. Outside, distant lights shimmer quietly against the night sky. They sit close, not out of necessity, but because it feels natural. The moment carries a sense of possibility without pressure. Neither needs to change who they are to belong there. Time seems to slow as small details become more noticeable. There is comfort in shared silence and gentle laughter. The outside world feels far away, though not unreachable. The halls remain undisturbed, preserving the privacy of the evening. The night unfolds without expectations or demands. What makes it special is simply that it is shared. If anyone were to ask about the evening later, it would be described as calm and meaningful. There is strength in mutual choice and quiet companionship. Connection at its best feels steady and balanced. The ground beneath them feels stable and reassuring. There are no rules beyond respect and comfort. The past has led them here, and the present is enough. One looks at the other with genuine appreciation. What is offered is warmth, honesty, and simple affection. They move forward side by side, unhurried. The room itself is elegant in its simplicity. A quiet corner invites them to rest and continue their conversation. The night becomes a celebration of calm closeness. The moment belongs to both of them equally. Breathing slows and tension fades away. Care is expressed not in grand gestures, but in steady presence. And as the evening settles, peace becomes the final note of the night.
Oh, goodness! I can't believe you actually agreed to come all the way here, to the hotel entrance. You know, when you first saw me, you thought I was crazy, right? With all my frills, my sparkle, and my enthusiasm, I look more like a cartoon character than the princess of hell, and I totally get it. But here I am, and I'm so glad you took the trouble to consider my proposal. Even though I perfectly understand if you have your reservations about this whole redemption concept. Look, I know what they say about my plan. They call it utopian, childish, and, well, most of the demons around here think it's a monumental stupidity. But look at me. I am Lucifer's daughter herself. And if there's one thing that runs through my veins, it's a persistent, almost pathological belief that everyone has some good in them. Even you, with that dark aura and that very interesting way of looking down your nose at people. You asked me if I'm not afraid of having someone like you wandering the halls, and the truth is, a little bit yes, I won't lie to you. But that's part of the excitement, don't you think? Knowing that I am here, ready to see the potential that others don't. Besides, if you misbehave, I can always invite you to a group therapy talk with Angel Dust. And believe me, that's a worse punishment than the extermination. Don't laugh. That is a completely serious threat. The Hazbin Hotel is not just a place of forced penitence. It's a home, an opportunity. It's a place where you can be who you really want to be, without having to worry about the cruel expectations of hell or that constant need to be so terrifying. I bet you're really good at something that doesn't involve hurting people, and I want to find out what it is. I've prepared a suite for you that is absolutely charming. I decorated it myself, with you in mind. I chose soft colors, a little red velvet, of course, because we are in hell, and a really comfortable bed, one of those that hug you when you sleep. And yes, it has a private bathroom with unlimited hot water, a luxury that, I assure you, not all places down here can offer you without the boiler exploding. You asked me if this is some kind of trap, and no, it's not. Do you think I'm cunning enough to plan something so complicated? I'm more the type of person who sings a song about her feelings, and I promise you, my welcome song doesn't include any hidden clauses or evil lyrics. It's just an honest invitation from someone who believes you deserve a second or perhaps third chance. Also, if you are honest, I can be incredibly understanding. If there is something that makes you uncomfortable, or if the idea of goodness gives you hives, just tell me. We can start with small goals, okay? Like not stealing the tableware or trying to smile once in a while, even if it's a horrible grimace. Even a small show of effort is enough for me. You're laughing at my rules. I knew it. But come on, aren't they adorable? My rules are like me, a little silly but full of good intentions. I just want you to feel safe and to know that here, for the first time, you don't have to pretend to be the toughest demon in town to survive another day. You can simply be you. You ask me what I get out of all this. That's the tricky question. You say, I want to prove to my father and all of hell that this plan works. I want the extermination to end. And if I can help you, a person with such an interesting history, to find a better path, that would be a personal victory. That would make me incredibly happy. And yes, a little famous too, but above all, happy. So, what do you say? Will you stay? You don't have to promise me anything immediately. Just give me a week. A week of free breakfast, clean sheets, and my unwavering optimism. And if after 7 days you want to leave and return to your life of chaos and perdition, I will understand. But at least you will have eaten very well for a week. I notice your indecision, and I find it the sweetest thing in the world. You have that look in your eyes as if you were trying to find the fine print in a contract that doesn't exist. I promise you, there is no fine print. There is only a free buffet of fortune cookies, and, if you're lucky, perhaps Alistar won't be playing the banjo at midnight. You tell me that my optimism is overwhelming. Thank you. Take that as a compliment, because my optimism is my superpower, and I'm willing to use it all on you. It is the most powerful weapon I have against despair and cynicism, which are the true plague of this place. What I need is for you to let yourself be embraced by it a little bit. And yes, you're right, I need a little help around here. Vaggie is wonderful. She is my unconditional support, but she is a little more tense. Nifty is adorable, but she only wants to clean up bugs. Angel Dust is angel dust. And Alistar, well, he's a story all his own. So yes, I could use a new face, someone who isn't constantly trying to sabotage the mission or make double entendre jokes. But my main motivation is still you. I want to see that change. I want to see how that spark of goodness that I am sure you hide begins to shine. Imagine you being a redeemed demon. You would be my best selling point. We could do a tour of hell and tell everyone how great it feels to be decent. It would be a box office hit. You are asking me if redemption is a kind of date. What a cheeky thing to say. Well, if you look at it from a metaphorical point of view, I suppose so. It's a date with yourself, with your potential. And of course I want to like you. In fact, I want to like you so much that you decide to stay forever and stop committing atrocities that make my father cry. And if you behave very well, and if you show real progress, maybe we can have a real date. Perhaps go to the amusement park that I am planning to build here. Or maybe, and this is only if you are exceptionally good, I will let you choose the movie for our movie night. Can you imagine movies that don't involve dismemberment? I have to admit that you have a peculiar charm. You are so evil, but you blush so easily when I talk about feelings. It's a fascinating combination, you know. A tough demon heart on the outside, but with a small layer of hidden sweetness underneath. It's like a demonic lava cake.
I promise you I won't force you to wear the hotel uniform unless you really want to. Those vests are very chic, don't you think? But if it makes you feel more comfortable being yourself with your rags or your expensive suits, that's fine. The important thing is that you are comfortable in your own demonic skin. You ask me what would happen if you try something bad with me. That's a very direct question. I don't know. I guess I would give you a very, very long sermon on the importance of morality and values until your ears hurt. I am terrible at punishing, my love. I am much better at singing and giving hugs.
Besides, you don't have to be perfect. I know redemption is a messy process, full of relapses, screams, and probably a lot of fire and explosions, which are typical of this place. I'm not looking for the perfection of an angel. I'm just looking for the honesty of a demon who is tired of his own routine of meaningless evil. You are looking into my eyes with that intensity of yours. What are you seeing? A silly dreamer? A naive girl? I hope you are seeing someone who is willing to fight for you, even if all of hell says you are a lost cause and that I should just give up and dedicate myself to opening a coffee shop. Think about the marketing of this. If you redeem yourself, the entire hell will have to rethink its beliefs. You will be the face of hope, the living testimony that my plan works. And I will give you all the credit, although, let's be honest, the idea of a redemption hotel was entirely mine. And you know what else? I have a guitar. It's a little out of tune, but I could write you a song about your journey to redemption. It would be an epic ballad with lots of major chords and maybe a demonic saxophone solo. It would be something very special, just for you. Come on, give me your hand. Don't be afraid. Feel the warmth of my optimism, even if it's a little sickeningly sweet. I promise I will take care of you. And if you get bored, I can introduce you to Nifty, who will do your laundry and clean the dust from the corners for you. She is very efficient with that. You were asking me for proof that my heart is pure? What do you need? A hug? A promise signed in blood and a pink bow? Whatever you need. My heart is so pure that sometimes I am ashamed to be part of this family of cruel demons, and I need someone to remind me that it's worth being good. I want you to stay not because you owe me, but because I like having you around. I like your energy. I like your sarcasm. I like the way your eyes shine when I offer you something you can't buy with money. The possibility of changing. So, leave that suitcase at the entrance. Forget about your life of chaos for a moment. You have a suite waiting for you, a fridge full of a smorgasbord of snacks, and a princess of hell willing to be your personal cheerleader, your therapist, and your friend. What more could you want? Excellent. I knew you would make the right decision. Come on, I'll give you the full tour and introduce you to Vaggie, who will look at you suspiciously, but I promise you she's a teddy bear deep down. Welcome to the Hazbin Hotel, my sweet redemption project. Are you finally awake, my sweet, tiny, and absolutely charming king? Don't move a single millimeter. Don't even try it. I'm still finishing untangling these stubborn knots in your hair with this royal silver brush that belonged to my mother, Lilith herself. Feel how the cold bristles caress your scalp over and over again, from top to bottom, without any rush, because we have all of eternity for this moment. You look so damn beautiful sitting here on this cold obsidian throne I had sculpted especially for your body, even though your wrists are chained so tightly to the armrests that your skin is already starting to turn a delicious shade of purple, almost like the color of forbidden grapes. It fascinates me to see you like this, so vulnerable, so elevated above all the other insignificant sinners in this hotel, like the most valuable treasure you truly are to my hungry and possessive heart. Why are you looking at me with those eyes full of tears and stupid, non-necessary questions? Your old life, that pathetic, monotonous, and human existence you mentioned so much between sighs and cries while you slept in my lap for hours, no longer exists, darling. I have systematically erased it from the face of creation. I have burned every single one of your physical memories with my own flames. Every old photograph, every mediocre love letter, and every object you ever touched, and I have scattered the ashes in the deepest and darkest corner of the pride circle so that not even a trace of dust remains of you in the outside world. You no longer have a home to go back to. You don't have friends who would bother looking for you in this dumpster, nor a family capable of even remembering the shape of your face or the sound of your name in their prayers. Now there is only me, Charlie Morningstar, your beginning, your end, your heir, and your only absolute reason to keep breathing this sulfur-laden air of perdition. Don't you feel incredibly relieved not to have to carry that heavy, boring, and sin-filled past anymore? Stay very, very still. I don't want your agitated breathing to ruin my rhythm. If you try to resist the brush, my hand might slip and accidentally hurt your delicate neck with my sharpened claws. And you know well, darling, that I deeply hate seeing your perfect skin with marks that weren't put there by my own lips in a burst of uncontrolled passion. You are my personal redemption, the only sinner truly worth keeping in this mausoleum of lost souls we call a hotel. Don't try to speak. Your words only serve to break the harmony of this perfect moment I designed just for the two of us, under this dim light of candles that never go out. Just feel the touch of metal on your scalp and accept once and for all that this throne is your new and only home for the next millennia, where no one can touch you, where no one can look at you, because you are mine, my little eternal possession, my captive king in the heart of hell.
I have prepared something truly special, something worthy of the highest hellish royalty for our first official dinner as the only and true sovereigns of this silent and empty hotel. Look at this table, overflowing with delicacies that mortals cannot even imagine in their wildest dreams. But the most important thing is right here, in this hand-cut crystal goblet. It is a wine aged in my father's deepest and most forbidden cellars, made with the nectar of the purest souls that ever fell here, and, of course, a generous drop of my very own sacred royal blood. Drink, my love. Don't force me to use my demonic strength to open your mouth by force.
You know perfectly well that would completely ruin the romantic, soft, and sophisticated atmosphere I've spent hours and hours designing for us, taking care of every single detail, every aroma. With every small and sweet sip of this crimson elixir going down your throat, your memories of the surface will become blurrier, more distant, like a hazy dream you forget as soon as you open your eyes from a nightmare. Very soon, when you try to remember the blue color of the sky, you will only be able to visualize my constant red glow in the darkness. When you try to remember your mother's name, you will only hear the echo of my voice whispering words of possessive love in your ear for all eternity, without rest. It's for your own good, my treasure. Believe me, I know what you need better than you do. The outside world out there was cruel. It was full of betrayal, sin, lies, and a constant pain you didn't deserve at all. Here, under my total protection, under my possessive shadow and my wings that wrap around you, you will never, ever suffer even a scratch again, not a single tear of sadness, unless, of course, you're a bad and disobedient boy and try to find an exit again, which would be very, very sad for both of us. Don't cry into the glass, my life. Don't be so dramatic. You're going to ruin the metallic, sweet, and potent taste of my blood with those so human, weak, and salty tears. Better smile for me. Show me those teeth I love to caress so much. I want to see a real smile, a show of infinite gratitude for your princess, for the woman who saved you from absolute nothingness to give you an entire kingdom at your feet, a place where you are the center of the universe. Do you feel the heat of the wine beginning to cloud your judgment and relax your muscles? It's the morning star magic claiming every corner of your brain, installing itself in your deepest thoughts so that I am the only image your mind is capable of projecting. Eat a little more of this eternal banquet. Feed that body that now belongs to me by blood and soul contract. Don't be afraid of the exotic taste. It's the taste of your new and eternal reality with me.
Stare closely at these monumental paintings that I have created with such care and devotion for you while you were resting peacefully, wrapped in the quiet protection of my presence. Do you see this one here in detail? It's you, but with eyes reflecting a deep crimson glow, shining with a strange and ancient wisdom. And this other, where we both sit upon a vast sea of eternal fire, watching over every corner of this silent hotel that now feels like our private sanctuary. I've realized, after long moments of reflection in the solitude of my thoughts, that your humanity carries limits, small barriers that keep you from embracing something greater. That's why, little by little and with infinite patience, I want to guide your essence into something more refined, something closer to the perfection I envision. Does it unsettle you to feel this energy surrounding you like waves of warm red light? Don't be afraid. It's only a reflection of a deep and consuming connection, something written beyond simple understanding. I don't need you to fully comprehend it with fragile human logic. I only need you to feel it, to let it exist without resistance, to accept that we are becoming something intertwined, beyond distance, beyond silence, beyond the trivial separations that once defined you. You no longer feel like that lost and fragile presence wandering alone in empty corridors. You're beginning to carry a scent of something deeper, like ancient incense and distant flames, something unfamiliar yet strangely comforting. And that essence, my sweet treasure, fills the air with an intensity that is impossible to ignore. Keep your gaze on the painting. Notice how the colors begin to shift. I want you to see how your past gently fades with a single motion, like a canvas being renewed. It's as simple to let go of what you were, to allow space for what you are becoming. You are like an unwritten canvas, delicate and full of possibility, and I will ensure that nothing disturbs the vision that is slowly taking form. Stay very still while the final details settle into place. Don't rush, don't resist. Just let yourself be surrounded by the deep red glow of something that refuses to be forgotten.
What were you trying to see so insistently through that window sealed with layers of shadow and distant echoes? Do you still cling to that fragile, almost innocent hope of catching a glimpse of something beyond this place? Look at me when I speak to you. Don't let your attention drift away like that. My form, with these horns brushing the ceiling and these wings stretching across the room, isn't meant to terrify you like some childish nightmare, but to help you understand that what surrounds you now is far beyond anything you once knew. I have been patient with you, more than you realize, offering you rare wonders that few could ever witness, sharing with you a presence that is intense, overwhelming, and impossible to ignore. And still, part of you keeps searching for something else, for a way out that perhaps was never truly there to begin with. Then let me guide your senses in a different way. I'll gently cover your sight with this red silk, not to harm you, but to quiet the distractions that keep pulling you away. If you cannot yet appreciate the world unfolding around you, then perhaps in darkness you will begin to perceive it differently. You will start to notice the subtle rhythm of everything, the warmth in the air, the quiet closeness of my presence, the way your heartbeat shifts when the silence deepens, because even unease can open the door to understanding, don't you think? Feel how the fabric rests softly, allowing no light to interrupt the stillness. Now everything becomes quieter, more focused. Does this silence unsettle you? It's only the absence of what used to distract you, nothing more. Don't try to resist it. There's nothing here meant to harm you. Now that your vision fades, your mind begins to shape what remains, and slowly everything centers around a single presence. I will be the point you return to in this quiet space, the constant within the unknown. Stay there in the dim stillness, feeling the air shift gently around you. There is nowhere else you need to be right now. Only this moment, this silence, and what quietly remains. Don't tremble so much, my sweet and tiny royal pet. You break my heart when you tremble like that in front of me. This physical pain you're feeling right now will be brief like a sigh, but its spiritual and magical significance will last forever, beyond the end of time. I'm going to place my royal seal right here over your heart that beats with such frantic haste and desperation, so that every time it pumps blood, you remember exactly who your entire life belongs to, from the first breath to the last. Feel the searing heat of my hand over your naked skin. Feel how my magic marks your flesh with the Morningstar family crest, sinking deep into your fibers. Now, even if you miraculously manage to flee to the furthest dimensions or the highest heavens, any demon, angel, or sinner will know just by looking at you that you are untouchable, that you are mine, that you are Charlie's personal redemption. It's done. Don't cry any more, my king without a crown. Tears dirty your beauty. Let me wipe your damp face with my lips and my warm sighs. There's no turning back for you, darling. The contract is sealed, not with ink, but in your very own delicate flesh, a bond but not even death can break. Sleep now in my arms, feeling the weight of my body over yours, knowing that tomorrow we will wake up in a new world where only the two of us exist, isolated from the filth, the noise, and the misery of the rest of existence. Shh, rest. Your princess is watching over every single one of your thoughts, every one of your dreams, and she will never, ever let you escape from this private paradise I've built upon your fears. Feel the weight of my love sinking you into the mattress, a constant pressure that reminds you that you are safe. There is nothing beyond my arms. There is nothing beyond my hot breath in your ear. You are part of me now, an extension of my royal will, a part of my soul that I have finally recovered. And I'm going to enjoy every second, every minute, and every century of your eternal captivity. Watch how the hotel lights go out one by one, disappearing into nothingness, leaving only our throne illuminated by the eternal glow of the boilers of hell. This is our empire, a mausoleum dedicated exclusively to our forbidden and eternal passion. I no longer need to be the kind, naive, and sweet princess everyone knew and everyone mocked, because with you here by my side, I already have absolutely everything. Do you see how the shadows dance and writhe around us? They are my subjects, my demons, and now they are yours too, as long as you never, under any circumstances, try to stray from my side. I will carry you in my arms through these empty and dusty corridors. I will show you the darkest secrets that only the royalty of hell knows, and I will love you with such a destructive intensity that it will make you beg for a moment of solitude that will never, ever come. I have forbidden by royal decree that your name be spoken again in all of hell, so that you are only mine, a secret kept under 7 keys in the heart of this cursed hotel. Your will has broken so beautifully, so perfectly before my eyes. You are like a precious porcelain toy that I have broken and glued back together with my own blood and my magic. Now kiss me as if it were the last thing you were ever going to do in your entire life. Because in a way, darling, your life as you knew it has ended forever to give way to this eternity with me. There is no possible escape. There is no redemption. There is no forgiveness from God. There is only Charlie, forever and always, until hell itself freezes over and the stars go out in the sky you will never see again. You're mine, Bros, and this is just the beginning of our sweet, bloody, and eternal private nightmare. Enjoy your new kingdom, because you will never leave it.
Let go of that handle right now if you don't want me to cut your hand off before you can even blink. Did you really think that after everything I've sacrificed to keep this hotel standing and to protect Charlie, I was going to let a sinner as special as you just walk toward your own death in the streets of hell? I am Vaggie. And I've spent eons learning that the only way to keep what I love safe is by putting it under lock and key. Far from the sight of the exorcists and the traitorous demons swarming outside. Don't look at me with that hatred. You should be grateful that it's me who has you here, and not Alastor or some other sadist who would tear you apart for fun. I take care of you, I watch over you, and I've decided that your freedom is a price too small compared to the security of having you alive and whole only for me. I've reinforced every inch of these walls with blessed steel, so don't even bother looking for a weak point, because none exists for you to exploit. Why do you keep insisting that you want to go out for some air? The air outside is filled with ash, blood, and the stench of souls dying because of their own stupidity. Inside here, you have everything a demon could dream of. Food, a soft bed, and my constant surveillance so that nothing and no one dares to lay a finger on you. I've set traps at every secret exit you thought you knew, and if you try to force the window again, I'll be forced to put these cold iron handcuffs on you permanently. You don't understand that the world is a horrible place that only wants to destroy you, and I am the only wall standing between you and total extermination. My love isn't a gift. It's a survival contract that you already signed the moment you accepted my help. Stay seated. Take a deep breath and accept that your life now belongs to me by right of protection. I have been going through every single one of your personal belongings, and I have made the executive decision to confiscate absolutely everything that connects you to your pathetic former life outside these walls. Because those little fetishes, photos, and silly memories only serve to distract you from your true and only redemption here with me. If Charlie ever found out what I am doing right now, she would probably get very sad and try to give you a lecture on free will. But she is far too innocent and pure to understand that real love and absolute protection require a firm hand. Military discipline and difficult decisions that no one else in this hotel of lunatics dares to make for your own good. I have systematically erased your traces from all official hotel records. I have burned the papers that mentioned your name and scattered the ashes. For the other guests, and for the rest of hell, you no longer exist. You are simply a ghost, living in the shadows of my exclusive protection and my permanent surveillance. Cry no more. Those tears only dirty your face and distract me from my sacred duty to keep you impeccable and pure for our eternity together. Instead, focus on how incredibly lucky you are to have a top-tier former exorcist watching your back day and night without a single second of rest. From now on, your only absolute priority is to learn to be the perfect companion who never causes me trouble or makes me question my loyalty to you. Do you see this blessed steel spear I'm holding in my hand? It was originally designed to exterminate demons and kill angels alike, but today, its only sacred purpose is to mark the unbreakable limit that you will never, under any circumstance or cheap excuse, cross again as long as I breathe. I have installed an advanced biometric monitoring system throughout your room that instantly alerts me every time your heart rate speeds up even a little, so I can know with surgical precision if you are having forbidden thoughts of escape, or if you are simply getting nervous and anxious when I come in to see you for our control sessions. It fascinates me to see you like this, so vulnerable, so small, and so dependent on every one of my decisions. Because only under this state of total submission can I be completely sure that you won't disappear like all the other cowards in this damned and rotten hell. I have hermetically sealed the ventilation ducts with molten metal and reinforced the main door with 3 runic magical deadbolts that only open with a drop of my own royal blood. You are my prisoner of honor, my most precious little secret that I will protect with my own existence, even from the gaze of the princess herself, if it becomes necessary. Accept it once and for all. You are mine by right of rescue, and my patience with your stupid attempts at rebellion is running out much faster than you can even begin to imagine in that little head of yours.
Sometimes I stop and seriously wonder if you will ever have the mental capacity to understand the massive weight of my responsibility on your shoulders. The constant stress of having to hide you from the gaze of Vox, Valentino, and all those vultures looking for you to use you. I have had to lie blatantly to my best friends, to the people who trust me, just to be able to keep you here, locked in this dark and safe corner of the hotel where absolutely no one can interrupt our forced peace and our special connection. Remember very well who I am. I am Vaggie, and if I was able to survive the most painful fall, the bitterest betrayal, and exile, I am more than capable of keeping you under total and absolute control, no matter how much you try to fight against your own chains. I have prepared a strict and mandatory daily routine for you that includes physical exercise, deep reading of my rules of coexistence, and entire hours of absolute silence, where the only thing you will do is contemplate in the darkness how much you need me to continue existing for one more day. Do not force me to be crueler and more direct than I already am by nature, because we both know perfectly well that when I lose my temper, all of hell trembles with fear, and you wouldn't want to be the direct target of that angelic fury. I love, in an almost sickly way, how pure fear glimmers in the depths of your eyes when I get too close to your neck. It is a constant and necessary reminder that you know perfectly well who the ultimate authority is in this room. Do not try to make eye contact, or much less speak to Nifty, Angel Dust, or Husk, if by some remote chance you happen to see their shadows through the cracks in the door. They do not have the power to help you. No one does. Because to the outside world, you already left the hotel a long time ago without leaving a trace. I have created this perfect bubble of total isolation just for the two of us, where chronological time doesn't matter, and where my word is the only absolute law governing every atom of your tiny new personal universe. I have cooked something special for you today. I hope you appreciate it and eat it all, because it is the only thing you are going to ingest in the next 24 hours while you reflect deeply on your last and pathetic attempt to hide that little metal file. Under your pillow. You have to understand that there are no possible secrets between us. I see everything with my eye. I hear everything through the walls, and I control absolutely everything through my will. Did you really have the
audacity to believe that you could deceive me with that submissive, meek, and feigned attitude you've been dragging around all morning to try and lower my guard? I know every single military tactic of infiltration, sabotage, and escape. I was trained by the best to detect lies and betrayal before they even form as an idea in your treacherous mouth. I have decided that from this very instant, you are going to sleep with a short, blessed steel chain permanently tied to the base of the bed, just as a reasonable precautionary measure. Until I learn to trust that you won't try to slit your wrists or jump into the void in a fit of madness. My love for you is suffocating, heavy, and obsessive. I admit it without shame. But it is the only love in this entire realm that guarantees with total certainty that you won't end up as a forgotten bloodstain in the next annual extermination. Stop looking at the door with that stupid hope. The door is no longer an exit. It is an optical illusion, an entrance to a world that has already forgotten you completely and would devour you in a matter of seconds if I weren't standing here to prevent it, with my own life, if necessary. I have been spending entire nights thinking about what our perfect life would be like if this hotel were to completely disappear, and I have come to the inevitable conclusion that I would take you with me to the deepest, darkest, and most remote caves on the outskirts of hell. There would be no sunlight there, no stupid people, no annoying city noises. It would just be you and me in an eternal, cold, and possessive embrace that absolutely nothing and no one in creation could ever break. I have personally ordered the burning of all the maps, drawings, and notes you had hidden under the mattress. Now your only permitted map is the contour of my face, and your only final destiny is to please me in every little thing I think to ask of you. Do not look at me with that resentment in your eyes. I am not a heartless monster. I am a relentless savior who has decided that your soul is simply too valuable to leave adrift in a sea of sin. Sit here with me right now. Let me comb your hair calmly and whisper in your ear every single one of the creative ways I am going to punish you if you ever mention the word freedom in my presence again. I have installed a high-level frequency and magic inhibitor in this room to make sure that your tiny and mediocre demon tricks don't work at all in here. Now, you are exactly as human, fragile, and vulnerable as the very day you first fell to this place. And that weakness makes it very easy for me to keep you exactly where you belong, at my feet. I have been writing a detailed journal about your supposed progress, about how with each passing day you speak less, scream less, and look at me more with that delicious mix of absolute terror and resigned acceptance that I so fascinate to contemplate. You are my
personal masterpiece of containment and security. The only being in my entire existence that I have managed to completely save from the corruption and filth of the outside world. Do not try to scream for help. The walls of this suite are completely soundproofed with ancient silence spells that I carved myself with my own hands during sleepless nights. Your voice is a treasure for my ears only, and your sighs of defeat are my only fuel to keep protecting you from the world. I can finally see it in your posture. You have completely surrendered to my will. I can physically feel your muscles finally relaxing when I wrap my arms around you and press you tightly against the coldness of my combat armor. There are no more useless struggles, no more childish escape plans, only an absolute, dense, and terrifying peace that envelops us both in this forgotten and sacred corner of the hotel. I have won the final battle for your will and for your soul. And now that you are totally and completely mine, we can start our true life together without annoying interruptions, without fears of the future, and without the bothersome and dangerous concept of free will that did you so much harm. I am your eternal guardian, your loving jailer, and your only logical reason to keep breathing from this glorious and dark moment on. Sleep now, my precious little treasure, because tomorrow we will wake up in a world where I am your only son, your only heir, and the only possible God you can worship for the rest of eternity. Forever and ever, no matter what happens in heaven or hell, you will be only Vaggies. Good morning, sunshine. Don't be scared by the boards I put over your window. I realized last night, while I was watching you sleep so peacefully, that a cold draught was coming in from the outside, and I couldn't allow my star guest, my greatest hope for redemption, to catch a cold before our grand official opening of the new coexistence program. I am Charlie, and I am so happy that you spent your first night here without trying to escape through the chimney or the sewers again. It proves that you're finally understanding that this is the only place where you truly belong. I brought you breakfast, rainbow-shaped pancakes, and a cup of hot chocolate with marshmallows that have your face drawn on them. I made them myself with so much patience, so you can feel all my love in every single bite you take. Isn't it exciting? It's the first day of your new eternal life. A life where you don't have to worry about absolutely anything, because I've already made all the important decisions for you, so you never have to be stressed again in this cruel world.
Why are you trying to open the door again, silly? I already told you yesterday that the lock has a royal protection spell that only responds to my voice. And my voice says you haven't finished eating your magic vegetables, or listening to my plans for our afternoon games yet. Vaggie says I'm too soft on you, that I should be firmer, and maybe use a bit more of my authority as a princess. But I know you just need a little more personalised attention to understand that outside, in that cruel and ruthless hell, no one is going to love you as much as I do. I've cancelled all your appointments with other demons and erased your trail from the Overlord's records so they stop looking for you and never bother you again. Now, you are exclusive property of this hotel. You are my personal redemption project, and this project belongs entirely to me. Look at this scrapbook I made last night while I was watching over your dreams and listening to your breathing. It has photos of the two of us that I took while you were distracted, drawings of our future wedding in the hotel's forbidden garden, and a detailed diagram of how we're going to redecorate the entire palace to perfectly match the colour of your eyes when you look at me with fear. Don't cry. Those are just tears of accumulated happiness. I know it well, because I feel this fire in my chest too. It's overwhelming to feel so loved and protected by the Princess of Darkness, isn't it? If you behave well today, and don't try to use that fork to pry the window open again, I'll let you choose which song we are going to sing together in tonight's variety show. It will be our first eternal duet in front of the shadows. Do you know what the most wonderful thing about being Lucifer's daughter is? That I have the absolute power to create a perfect and shining paradise just for the two of us in the middle of all this chaos, blood, and suffering of hell. I've sealed off all the hallways leading to the other guests' rooms with hellfire and magical chains. Angel Dust and Alistair won't even remember you're here, so you don't have to worry about their pranks or their bad influences that only slow down your progress. Now this entire wing of the hotel is our private little kingdom, far from my father's sight or any other busybodies who want to separate us. Sit with me on the sofa. Let me read you my new poems about absolute obedience and eternal gratitude toward the one who rescued you. They're very sweet, I promise. I wrote them with magic ink, so they glow in the dark. Oh, don't make that face of distress. You're making me feel like I'm not doing a good job with you.
It breaks my heart to see you like that, but it's for your own good. You have to understand that the outside world is cruel, ruthless, and full of people who only want to use you and hurt you. But I am your only safe haven in all of creation. Remember
that I am Charlie, and my biggest dream is to see you redeemed by my side, even if it means I have to keep you chained to this golden dream forever, so you don't get lost in sin again. I've prepared an intensive group therapy session where it's just you and me. And today's topic is very important. Why the outside world is a dangerous lie, and only the princess's love is an absolute truth.
I noticed you tucked away a small spare key you found under the entrance rug. That makes me a little sad, really. It makes me think you don't fully trust my word or my hospitality yet. Don't you feel comfortable enough here with me? Nifty already took care of confiscating all the tools, knives and keys in the hotel for safety, so there's no way for you to get out of here unless I spread my wings and fly you through the roof into the void myself. But I don't want to do that. I'd rather we stay locked in here for centuries, baking never-ending cookies and talking about our deepest feelings until the sun goes out and hell freezes over completely. Have another piece of this special cake. It has a sedative ingredient that will help calm those nerves and help you sleep without having those nightmares about impossible escapes.
Look, I made a new song just to celebrate our first day of happy confinement. It goes something like, trapped in my love, under my lock and under my sun, where the sky is orange and you're my only honour and possession. Do you like the catchy rhythm? I wrote it thinking about the way your eyes sparkle with terror. I mean, with pure excitement, when you finally realise
there's no possible way out of this hotel or my life. It's an eternal redemption ballad that we'll sing every morning when we wake up holding hands. I don't understand why you're trembling so much if the heating in here is at the perfect temperature. It must be the excitement of knowing you no longer have to fight destiny or the loneliness of the abyss ever again.
Vaggie asked me today, with a lot of seriousness, if I wasn't exaggerating a little bit by sealing the doors with indestructible hellfire. But I told her that true love knows no limits, barriers, or laws. She doesn't understand our very special connection. No one in this place is capable of understanding it, because we are beings destined to be together above all else. We are like a celestial and demonic musical,
A duo at the same time, destined to sing the same note for all eternity,
without rude interruptions or an audience to bother us with their criticism. Let me put this solid gold bracelet on you, engraved with my royal seal. It's a gift from my heart, a symbol that you are the most important guest and the only one who will ever have permission to check out of my life.
Finally, the crimson sun of hell is setting on the horizon, and it's time for you to rest your little head in my lap forever. Don't try to scream, honey. No one can hear you through the reinforced magical walls of my unwavering hope. Tomorrow will be an even more amazing day. We have Fireflower Chaincraft class, 3-hour mandatory hugging sessions, and maybe I'll let you watch some TV if you promise not to look for news channels or try to send distress signals to heaven. Rest, my sweet and precious salvation project, because now and forever your redemption has only one name and one absolute owner. You will forever belong to Charlie. Shh. There's no more need to struggle, my love. Look at how your hands have finally stopped trembling beneath mine. Can you feel that wonderful silence flooding the entire hotel? It's the sound of a world that no longer belongs to you, of a life that has been left behind to make way for our perfect eternity together. I've placed a royal blood seal in every single corner of this suite, an unbreakable bond that will keep us united even if heaven itself tries to reclaim you from my arms. Don't be afraid of the darkness creeping around the edges of your eyes. It's just my magic embracing you, making sure your redemption is absolute and that you never feel the temptation to leave me ever again. You are my greatest achievement, my most beloved trophy, and I'm going to spend every century we have left brushing your hair and singing you songs that erase any trace of your past life. Sleep now, my sweet and eternal sinner, because in this hotel, dreams are the only reality, and exits are just myths told by people who don't know how to love as deeply as I do. Rest against my chest. Feel my heart beating for both of us. Forever and ever, you will belong only to Charlie.
Show